Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the Aussie today, the South African top 40? So for now, we are still very much entrenched in this downtrend. This little pattern that's forming here, yeah, we had an inside bar. We've then got an engulfing bar, but we do have the sellers that stepped in off this inside tail here. Okay, so here's my inside tail. It's the lower tail of this one. So I don't normally like taking that tail, although we did hit that level. For me, that inside tail there is my level. So we did bounce off it, and I just want to get to the weekly, see nothing really there. Okay, let's get down to the 4 hour, and you can see we have this potential cup and handle formation here. The oscillators are not giving us any indication that this is a turn. Okay, this area here was, but if you look at the momentum index, we're outside the Bollinger, so I would expect us to pretty much pull back. Okay, and good old 10 cent at the moment is down 1.5%, so you can expect a gap down today, and then the question is where we're going to head to. Okay, so we do have the coming together of the moving averages on the 4 hour, but we've had a crossover of the oscillators here. We're outside the Bollinger Band, so I suspect we're going to get another move to the downside. And the big question is how far? Okay, so yeah, nothing much else I can say about that. What you need to watch for is, I would say, that trend line. Okay, so let's just get to the half hour. The reason why I'm looking at the half hour is pretty much to pick up this closing range. So these two bars here, that's the level I'm looking for. So if we get a break below 45,300, then expect more downside to come. Problem that you're going to have is you can have all of these levels here to worry about. Okay, and there is another gap to the upside here, so we have pretty much hit that level there. Okay, so that's the last line of defense before gap close. And this could be seen as a flat top triangle as well. Okay, so those are my two levels. So what we're looking for is a break below 45,300 is going to give me downside, and you can see on the 30-minute how the oscillators grouped and crossed. And alternatively, a break above 49,920 is going to see us move to the upside. Okay, now the last level we want to pick up is this closing gap. Okay, and we've got the 200 EMA there as well. Okay, so yeah, so I'm just trying to ascertain whether I'm really interested in this or not. And there are a couple of things that are bugging me, which normally means I need to trust my gut and expect another move to the downside. So I'm expecting another move down. We may actually close this gap and then move down. Or alternatively, if we do break below these levels, then there's definitely merit for a downside. Okay, so we're looking to break below the close of yesterday. That's the line in the sand. Or alternatively, above the high of yesterday. That's the indication to the upside. And if you look at the 12-minute, you can see the 12 minutes starting to group to the downside. So it is possible, and we do have a piercing pattern here at the close, but that could just be based on people taking profit from their shorts. Okay, yeah, so I think for me, I'm not entirely convinced either way. So what we'll do is just watch those levels. So levels to watch is 45, 300. Break below that, expect more downside, but watch to the left, pick up the tails, and pay very careful attention to what's going on there. And also pay attention to the oscillators. Do it on the half hour. That'll give you a firm indication of what's actually going on. Okay, and then obviously a break to the upside. Now the converse is true that if we do form a base around 45, 300, and you'll pick up the base on the 12 minute. So if we sort of range around here, then you can sort of take a stab along and keep a very tight stop. But with 10 cent doing what it is at the moment, and okay, the rand is a bit stronger as well, so that may counteract it. But I expect us to gap down in pre-market trading, so before 9 o'clock, and then that first half hour of trading, I expect more selling to happen, and then we'll probably form a base. Okay, so yeah, so I think moral of the story is proceed with caution. The next thing to just have a quick look at is ichimoku, and I want to do it from a daily. Just bear with me a sec. Okay, so you can see the daily, we've got Kijun and Tegans, all point to the downside. Now, the Williams percentage R is starting to come into the overbought territory, and this is an indication of another leg lower. Okay, and that's on the daily, so pay attention there. The 4-hour trend is still down, still very much the downside, although we are flattening out, so a bit of a warning signal being fired there. And on the 1 hour, we did break above the cloud, and we have sort of tested Kijunsen here. So again, that just brings me back to my levels. So it reinforces my levels. So a break below there, that's also a break below Kijunsen on the hour, and a break above that fractional level there, which is the high of yesterday, would mean that we have now crossed over the cloud. We've got a twist, the green twist, and all we're waiting for is Chikuspan to get through price here, although it did get through, is back in price. It needs to break up and through the cloud, and that would be the indication that we have a potential turn happening on the 1 hour. Obviously, I want to see the same thing happen on the 4 hour before I take that as a confirmation that we have a trend change. Okay, so what I mean by that, you can see here, we're all over the place. Rejected the cloud again on the hour. Oh, sorry, on the 4 hour, we had a crossover below the cloud here. Chikuspan was below. 3 signals that the short was on, and that was the short. Okay, as we started getting these levels, you started getting worried that your short was the wrong decision. You need to start looking for longs, which is basically what I've been doing for the last week. Okay, and I'm still sort of in that mode right now. Although we do break below these levels, I think I'll just take the short and watch each of these tails to the left to see what happens. Okay, that's kind of my take on this for today. I suspect more downside. The only thing is I think we are fairly tired. Okay, even the weekly is grouping, and we're outside the Bollinger here. So now for me, shorts at this stage, you need to proceed with a lot of caution. And what you're looking for is these levels. And bear in mind, I'm on the weekly, so you can see this inside tail here. We fell short on that last week, so there is potential for that, and there is also potential for those inside tails there. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of my take on this at the moment. I do strongly suspect that this move to the downside is starting to change. We've also got deviation between these moving averages on the weekly, so that's also an indication that the move's coming to an end. If you look at this strong move to the upside, see the deviation, and then we had the signal bar. We had 2 signal bars. There's one, and then we came down, tested, a second move down. Okay, so that's kind of what we are looking for. Okay, so that's me for today. Yeah, just going to watch those two levels. So watching for a break below 45,292, 45,300 basically. Break below 45,300. I can expect more downside. Okay. Anyway, guys, that's me for today. Hope it helps, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Cheers for now.